Once upon a time, there was a little boy named Tuck. Everyone called him Little Tuck because he was so small. He lived with his grandmother in a tiny house at the edge of the town. Tuck was a kind and thoughtful boy, always helping his grandmother with the chores. But he was also very curious and loved learning about the world beyond his little home. One day, Tuck had a lot of schoolwork to do. He was supposed to memorize the names of all the towns and cities in the kingdom by the next morning. But poor little Tuck was so tired from helping his grandmother all day that his eyes drooped and his head nodded. He tried to stay awake, but soon he fell fast asleep at his little desk. As he slept, something wonderful happened. Little Tuck began to dream, and in his dream, the towns and cities he was supposed to learn about came to life. They appeared before him as friendly figures, each with its own story to tell. The first to visit him was a grand city called Copenhagen.
"I am the queen of the cities,"
she declared, her voice full of pride.
"I have the finest ships and the tallest towers."
Next came a little town called Chores.
"I may be small,"
said Chores with a twinkle in its eye,
"but I'm the gateway to adventures across the sea. Many travelers pass through me on their way to distant lands."
Then, a gentle voice spoke, and Tuck saw a lovely town called Roskilde.
"I am the resting place of kings,"
she said, her tone serene.
"My cathedral holds the memories of many noble lives."
One by one, the towns and cities of the kingdom visited little Tuck in his dream. Each told him about its people, its history, and its special place in the kingdom. The little boy listened with wonder, his heart filled with stories that were more vivid than any lesson from a book. As the last city finished its tale, Tuck began to stir. The dream faded, and he slowly opened his eyes, feeling more awake and alert than before. Though he had slept, Tuck knew he had learned all he needed. The towns and cities had shared their stories with him, and he remembered them all. The names, the histories, the special features, everything was now clear in his mind. The next morning, when Tuck went to school, his teacher asked him about the towns and cities of the kingdom. Little Tuck answered every question with confidence, surprising his classmates and his teacher. He knew more than just names and facts. He knew the spirit of each place, as if he had visited them himself. And so, little Tuck learned that sometimes the best way to learn is not from books alone, but from the stories that live within us, and the dreams that show us the world in a whole new light. Little Tuck never forgot his magical dream, and he carried the wisdom of that night with him always, knowing that in every place, there is a story waiting to be told.